Dear friends, I will take you all through a small video with a journey of my hobby with some snaps from my collection. So this video or this presentation was made yesterday to a group of my team members as a part of Social Connect, where we talk about something which is close to our heart or a passion or a hobby. And this is what I discussed yesterday, and I thought I'll slightly modify it and put it in the YouTube channel as well. And towards the end, I'll share you a couple of interesting insights in an investment angle as well. This was about three related hobbies which I started at my age of 12, and it is close to 30 years that I'm continuing with it still. So when I started this hobby, there was a huge resistance from my teachers and parents, quoting that my studies were getting affected because of it. And at one stage, these assets or the items of these hobby items were hidden somewhere, and it was told that it was thrown off. So, and I had to focus on my studies. Close to nearly 2 years after the SSLC public exam, on the last day of the exam, these items were again returned or given to me back when I came back from the exam. So from that time on, again I have been continuing it after a brief break of 2 years. So could you guess what are the hobbies about? Well, it's coin, currency, and stamp collection. So these are two of my albums, but much more is required. But I didn't pursue much after I started my engineering graduation. So these are part of my collection. And still many more stamps to be organized. Maybe I need to buy another album. I need to pursue that. And then comes the currency collection. I have four such albums. Fifth one is somewhere there, but I have five albums in all. And transparent sheets where we can put the currencies, and it has a flip on the top as well to prevent the currencies from falling down when held in inverted position. So the collection not only goes only for foreign currencies, it goes for Indian currencies as well. Here you can find some old currencies, 25, 1, and these are very old 1 rupee and 2 rupee notes. And the most interesting part about this is most of this, whatever you see, this 1 rupee or 2 rupee was gifted by my parents on some festival day or on some good occasion, and I made sure that I never spend it, and I have been holding on this collection for all these years. And one interesting aspect about the 1 rupee note is that uh, not only the Reserve Bank of India governor doesn't sign the note, whereas in other currencies you find the RBI governor signature. In the 1 rupee note, you find the signature of the finance secretary. And for some reason, India had not printed the year of the notes, at least in the lower denomination ones, for quite long time. And 1 rupee notes usually do not have a year embossed. So how we go about in this particular 1 rupee note, you can find the signature of a former Prime Minister, Dr. Manmohan Singh, when he was the secretary in the Ministry of Finance. So this was around 1976. So this note would be around in that range, 1976 to 1980 period. And this is 1 rupee note. You'll find the signature of our Mr. Bimal Jalan. So this was in the period of 1985. So this is how we go about finding what could be the tentative age or the tentative timing when this 1 rupee was released. And next, coming to my coin album, there are three such albums, and I kept the mobile in purpose to show what was the relative size. Each album has some 10 to 15 transparent sheets, and each sheet has a couple of pockets, maybe 25 pockets, with a flip on the top to avoid the coins from falling down. some pictures from my collection, and yet a lot more coins to be still organized. The lot of coins have been gathered, but still, because of paucity of time, I have not much focused, and now it's again getting into focus due to work from home culture. There is some amount of time which is available over the weekend, which I think I should dedicate for this hobby and put all these coins neatly into another album. So whatever you saw in the violet pouch, these are the coins. So there is something called as commemorative coins, which are released to mark any special occasions, which has a emblem or a icon behind the coin rather than the traditional Ashok Chakra. For example, 150 years of what to say, Gandhi's birthday, or Indira Gandhi's birthday, or some leader's birthday, or some celebration, Olympics, whatever. So these coins are very less in circulation and very rare also. So I have a good collection of this. However, the picture whatever you see here is from the internet. Like how I showed you about currencies for coins as well. I have the Indian pesos as well. A few of the commemorative coins you can see it here. These are all yet to be organized. This particular album is purely for the Indian coins. Well, if you see the full collection, it will run for a couple of hours, where you can spend time close to around 500 to 600 coins and 150 currencies. So in this, whatever I could share a few snaps. The main idea is hobbies cost money and time. For example, most of the currencies or coins, whatever you see here, it was paid and brought. Means if somebody is visiting Thailand, say one of my friends is visiting Thailand, I would request him to give the currencies after coming back, and I need to pay him back. Similarly, if in my office work somebody goes to another country, so once he comes back, I pay and take those currencies. So most of the currencies were gathered in this fashion. We need to invest on albums, organizing it, so you need some time, and periodically clean it or reorganize it, and so on. So it's not, it's just what to say, time pass, but some amount of passion or dedication is required from a heart to pursue a hobby, because it takes both my money and time. Interesting aspect. Buying antiques is very costly. This is one of the lessons which I learned at a very young age, maybe at 10 or 12. We have a auctioneer who auctions old, what to say, items, and he was telling like how people are willing to spend any money to get those antique items. But an interesting aspect what he shared was owning tomorrow's antiques today is very cheap. So what it means to say is today you collect coins, currencies, and stamps that are on face value. Pass it on to 2 to 3 generations down the line, and it values will be to lakhs and crores. Here I'm not talking anything about compounding or compounding benefits, but antiques have a value on within themselves based on how rare or how old the item is about. Remember, we are moving to a digital currency phase, and we could well be the last generation who is going to deal with the real cash down the line after 10 to 15 years. I'm sure cash in circulation is going to be very less, and everybody would move to digital currency. In such a situation, imagine the value of such coins or currencies or stamps just some 50, 60 years down the line. And as I told you, there is market for this antiques. Here you will see a couple of pictures. where you see old 5 paise. There are platforms where you can buy and sell. However, it's not a regularized market like the stock market. So it's like choice, whatever the rate you decide or the buyer negotiates. So it goes that way. Some prices, what you see on the right, they were really mind-boggling for me as well. Actually, today when I was checking, some 2 rupees were being charged at 20,000 because they're old or less in circulation. So the commemorative coins, which are released on special occasions, they carry the highest value actually. Here, one more picture. That brings end to this video and my journey of my hobby. Thank you very much for watching this video. And this is my channel, Empowering with Financial Awareness, where I post videos on personal finance and stock market investing. If you're interested, you may please subscribe to this channel. Thank you for watching.